to wRites of Spring 2013. This is our 24th year that we've had wRites of Spring here on North Campus. So it's a great thing. I'm glad you could be a part of it this morning. wRites of Spring, just a little background. It's a literary festival, as I mentioned, we've been doing for a long time here on North Campus, where we bring in writers, and most importantly, we feature our students as part of the literary festival of the writing program. We've got a great one tonight. All of the programs that we have, besides the featured authors coming in, are student-driven. These are all students that have come up and put together these presentations along with the help of their faculty. I want to have just a couple of minutes special thanks to our administrative specialist team, Farah Pierre and Tara Machado. They're getting snacks set up for you right now, coffee and stuff in the back. Feel free to help yourselves to that once they get set up. And I also want to thank, of course, our presenters, the Hero Within Learning Community, which I believe is Professor Lopez's student life skills class, as well as Professor Ebert. Valerie, Professor Ebert can't be here herself, but I know she's worked very hard with her students that putting this presentation together. That's Professor Ebert's class. So we're going to welcome these students. I'm going to bring up Professor Lopez and enjoy. Thanks again. Oh, by the way, look at your brochures. We have a whole bunch of other events that you can come to, and they fill up pretty quickly. Look, it's 8 in the morning, and look how many people we have. So you know at 9:30 and moving forward in the day towards noon, it gets filled up. And tomorrow we have an open mic at 9:30, which is always packed. So please come to that. You can find us on Facebook. Let me get a picture, you guys. And on Twitter. And of course, we have a website, wRites.com. All right. Thank you. Let's give them a warm welcome.
Good morning. That was half okay. Some of you were asleep from awake. Good morning. There we go. I'm really privileged to be here today. We are the learning community, the heroes, the superhero within, and I am Professor Lopez. Like he said, Professor Ebert can't be with us today. She's probably out fighting crime somewhere. But what we wanted to do is we have a video that we put together. Before we do that, Professor Ebert and I kind of both we were noticing the phenomenon of obviously superheroes within our culture. With previous films like Superman and Spider-Man and Dark Knight, and obviously there is a fascination with heroes in our culture. So we thought it would be neat to, we believe that every student goes on a journey, and on that journey of discovery, we find the hero within. So we use that theme for our learning community, and we also tied in the book It Happened on the Way to War to find out, what are our current heroes in our society, what constitutes a hero, our soldiers' heroes, and how so. So we pose those questions to our students, and they're here right up on the panel. So I'm going to thank them for being brave, being up here, first of all, before we get started. Give them a round of applause, I'm a little nervous. But we want to start off with a video, kind of showing a little bit of our superhero theme that we've used for the semester, and then afterwards we will be more than happy to answer any questions that the audience may have for our panel, and I know I have a few questions for them, so without further ado, let's start our video.
Professor Ebert and Professor Lopez have been working with the superhero and learning community all semester long. The students have learned about the different types of hero, secret identities, and how they too are heroes in one aspect or another in their own lives. More than anything, the curriculum for this class was chosen to inspire students to achieve their dreams and to help them realize that they can become a hero in their community, at school, at home, and in their future. This learning community is also teaching them that in order to be a hero, sometimes you need to rely on your peers and others in your community. The students in this learning community, as well as the students at Broward College, have begun their own hero's journey simply by accepting the call to adventure by enrolling in college and investing in their future. Although Joseph Campbell's monument seems to be far from Ry Barcott's It Happened on the Way to War, we can see that Barcott, like many heroes before him, whether mystical, literary, or real, follows the hero's journey throughout his book. He has his call to adventure, his obstacles, his goddess, and his return. For those of you who went on Barcott's journey with him, you should be able to clearly point to specific areas that you can match with almost all of Campbell's steps. That Barcott is a true hero in more ways than one is evident. Welcome to our presentation.
A hero is somebody with a journey that inspires them to do something. To me, a hero is somebody that gets up every morning with no problem, like knowing what their job is and having no problem to do it. For example, police officers or doctors, anybody that will risk their life.
A hero's journey is when someone goes through something in life and it focuses them on doing something good in life to better not only themselves but other people that they can help also. And they're also learning things to try to get other people to help other people too.
Of a hero is somebody that takes their time out of their lives, and helps other people without having to do so. They just do it out of their will.
He felt as if he wasn't okay with it, more like on the side, but he knew that his son had to go, so he let him. He was like, okay, you gotta do what you have to do.
On your daily news break. While I'm not out fighting crime and solving mysteries, I like to talk to the students and let them know that crime is not play. And today I'm going to answer a few questions from Professor Ebert. Professor Ebert. All right, back over here. What set it right down the path of a hero? Well, genuinely, he's a good-hearted person. He wants to help people. When he took the trip to Africa, he seen people suffering that no man should witness in his lifetime. And since he is a kind-hearted person, he wanted to help them people. That's what set him down his path.
I believe that heroes have to be brave and strong, mainly because of things that happen. It could be someone that they lost, maybe it could be they go out in the world to fight or anything pertaining to some form of emotional activities. They pretty much have to be resilient in stuff that they do, because they have to pretty much be able to bring out the task, so they have to be strong.
He is a hero for what he's doing because he volunteers his time to help the poor and needy, and he's also serving his country. My grandpa is a superhero to me because he came over here from Italy through Ellis Island, and he lived on his own up until he found my grandma, and they've been married a long time.
What they went through in life, like if somebody they know died, they probably want to be like a detective or police to help other people with stuff that happened to them.
He was upset about being tackled because he was scared
pretty much was leaving, or actually falling in love with Tracy. But even though he knew, and Tracy knew that he was born to be a Marine, a hero to me is somebody that is willing to do things that a lot of people can't do, but in their own special way, which is one reason why we would be sleeping as we do in our house at night, safely and comfortable.
To become a hero, you have to stand up and believe in what you want to do. Don't let nobody break your confidence. Just keep doing it because you want to do it.
He did because he had to actually go to another country and live the way that they live to be able to help them and know how to fix what they needed to be fixed.
Anybody can be a hero, just helping out another person when they're in need. Like parents, they could just support their family. They'll pretty much give up anything they can just to help out their children. When he saw the way that poverty was so bad there, and it stricken them so bad, and they could not get out of it without the help of someone, he really felt bad. It pulled on his heartstrings, and it made him feel so bad, and he knew it was something that he could do, so he did it.
Pretty much, we all go through it. Me, myself, also, I consider myself as a hero because there are things in life that pretty much we do for ourselves. We never know actually what we're doing until we actually get the results. So we pretty much go through journeys as a hero.
Now that you've seen the video, I invite you to ask the students questions about the hero's journey, about what they see in Rai Barkad and how he is a hero, and other aspects of what a hero in society is. Thank you for attending.
Well, at this time, if there are any questions from the audience, student panel will be more than happy to answer in terms of what a hero is in our society or their experiences with learning about heroes in our culture. Any questions from the audience? This time I think come to the mic. Please, not all at once. I don't want to fight. Be kind. Thank you.
Can you hear me now? There we go. Okay, I guess my question would be, some of the students said that a hero is not just someone who wants to help others, but also wants to inspire others to help others. And so I just wondered how you felt that Rai Barkad inspired others to help others, or inspired you specifically. Okay?
Anyone want to take the question?
Well, he really inspired. He inspired all of us, because with us students, we all work together. We all work together to put together the video, to talk to each other, to learn from each other. And what he did, it was like when he saw something and he saw that something was needed and he could do it, he actually, he just struggled to get it done. And that's what we did also.
And I'd like to add also that, as Larry mentioned, as a community, learning community, helping each other out, I think there's a sense of community, and building that takes a hero. It takes someone to step back and say, let me help someone who's in need. And I heard them say that in terms of a hero. I heard the word sacrifice, helping others in need. And I've seen that demonstrated when someone's not in class or concerned for others or helping other fellow students out. So whether they realize it or not, they have taken that hero's path. Absolutely.
Also, when he went to the other countries, he didn't care what price it took to go. He wasn't looking for any money in return. He just wanted. He had a really good heart. He didn't care at what price, how long it took, the conditions he was living in. That all didn't matter to him. What mattered to him was how much he could help.
Any other questions from the audience for our panel?
Who would be your definition of a true hero? Would it be the hero that makes himself public, like the Supermans, the police officers and firefighters, or is it the more they're on the side, you don't really know their name, but you know that they're doing stuff like Batman, which would be like special forces, soldiers, or do you think that it's just like the everyman, some guy that walks down the street, sees a purse thief and goes and catches him or something? Who do you think is more the true hero?
Good question, thank you. Luigi?
Okay, my true definition of a hero is pretty much not someone that ventures into the world of the unknown or called to duty. Heroes are pretty much persons that are strong, people that believe that this is a task that I have to get done. As a student coming to college, you're a hero. You're a true definition of a hero.
Anyone else? Any other person on the panel want to give their answer to the question? Who are heroes?
The true hero is pretty much anybody that's willing to, it doesn't matter if you're the person behind the scenes or the one pronouncing that, yes, I am a hero. It takes a hero to do everyday tasks because something may seem pretty small to one person, to another person that may be a giant step in their lives. Like most of us here right now, we all took that step saying, yes, I want to continue my education, and the teachers that are here right now have taken that step before, so they can vouch saying this, yes, this is a big step, and you could be considered a hero because some other people may not take the journey per se to go to college and get that higher education, and congratulations to all of you for getting into college.
And just to add one more thing, as you notice, we consider everyone a hero. If you're doing something in life, that's why, we have so many responses. We consider everyone a hero. And we also look to all of them. So it doesn't matter if you're the Batman or if you're the fireman, we look at them all the same.
Any other questions from the audience for our panel? Oh, we have someone back.
Hello. Anyway, if you're so inspired by what Ryan Marcotte was saying, would you take your life and put yourself in the situation that was told in the story?
Very good question.
I actually attempted to do that. I wanted to go into...
U.S. Navy? Yes, Navy.
Okay. I wanted to go into the Navy, and I was willing to go to boot camp. I was willing to live away from home, which I've never, ever done before. So yeah, I would.
I
I would, because when I went to Jamaica for Thanksgiving, I had helped different organizations and helped my grandma and granddaddy with their shop to help others.
So we have some heroes who are walking the walk as well. Nice. Anyone else? Here's some good questions. Anyone else? Oh, yes, go ahead.
Really, I really think you would say that you would do it now, but when you're faced with it, when you actually see it, and once you actually feel it, that's when you determine if you're going to do it or not. And most of the time, when someone goes through it, I think they do it without even thinking.
These are some good questions you got.
Thank you all for the video. It was great. I guess my question is about the class experience and working in class. Talk about, I guess, what was it like when they came to you for this idea that you were going to do this in your class, get up here and do a panel, and what do you think you learned from it? I'd like to hear from all of you. Thanks.
When Miss Ebert first told us we were doing a video, I was the first one to jump up and go, woohoo, yay! I get to be on camera! But as soon as the camera came in, I was the one like trying to hide and trying to get away. I'm more of, you throw me on stage and you get what you get. I was in her class last semester and I actually fought with my advisor to get into this class. It was the hardest thing to get into.
When I heard about a video, when I first heard about a video, I thought it was going to be a cool experience because I learned different views of what people consider as a hero, and you can see what people think. That's what I thought it was.
Okay, at first I was pretty much, because I'm a shy person, so I was like, I don't know, I think I might want to do it, but to get in camera, I was like, no, I don't want it. But having prior knowledge on what a hero was and learning more, actually, like, it widened my vocabulary on pretty much how strong you have to be in becoming a hero. So doing this research, putting this video together, was pretty much, it was amazing, and I enjoyed it. So here I am right now doing my presentation, and I'm happy about it.
I'm sure the masks help, right? Anyone else want to add? We have one more question in the back.
Hi, everybody. I just wanted to say thank you and what a great job on the video. My question is this. I know in every hero situation there's always a villain. Now, what about this? What could you tell us, what is all you consider as being, villain? Thank you.
Don't say your SLS professor, please.
Darn. Villain to me is someone who tries to stand in your way to make you not get what you want or do the help you want to help. It's that person, like, if you're in a car accident, that just kind of stands on the side instead of, like, trying to help you to, call 911 to do something. A villain to me is someone who just kind of stands and, oh, look at what happened. Oh, okay, I think I'm going to go get a soda.
A villain is a hero who took the wrong path on his journey becoming a hero. Such as Spider-Man. If he didn't stop the robber, rob his grandpa, he was the most likely. Because if you seen the transition of Spider-Man, first he was in it for the money, and how he can help himself. Then his uncle died. Then he got hit with the facts that he needed help. So I'm trying to say that there's a billion in all of us if we take the wrong choice, we make the wrong choice.
Good answer.
A villain to me is someone who stops you from doing your dreams and your goals. As Luke said, a villain, as long as you don't accomplish your goals or go on the wrong path, you won't be able to do anything.
These villains that we run into every single day, how would you explain to someone how to release that inner superhero in themselves to defeat that villain? The way I would do it is just kind of ignore them and act like they're a fly on the wall, not bother with them. If they're gonna do harm, I would probably just try to get a whole bunch of good guys, like the people in my class, together and try to, all of us, defeat one person.
Like the Avengers, there.
Well, if you're talking about fighting the villain within yourself also, like if it try to keep you from doing anything that you really need to do. If you already had your plan set up and your goals set up, then what you need to do is ask yourself, if I do this, is this going to get me to the future where I want to be? And if it's not, if we don't do that, we have to do the other thing, the right thing, to keep striving for and keep doing good things.
Anyone else want to add to that question?
Okay, on every day we go about, we meet people that pretty much try to defeat us, try to make us feel like you're not worth it. But the best thing to do, in my opinion, is pretty much stand for yourself. Whatever you're doing, it doesn't matter. You could be helping someone. You could be going towards your dream. It doesn't matter what they try to say, what they try to do. This is you. You're the hero. You're on a journey. You have to get it done.
Good job.
Sorry, I know I already asked one, but I got another after listening to you guys. I know from personal experience that a lot of the time in my own life, I've been my own villain when I wanted to be a hero. So my question is, do you think that it's possible at the same time to be a hero as well as being a villain? Because, I mean, we can't all just be, one day we're a villain, the next day we're a hero. Sometimes it's, we're at the same time, we're both hero and villain. Do you think that that's possible?
I think it is, because you can wake up one morning and be perfectly fine, and then someone could say something to you, do something to you, cut you off on 95, something, and it will like completely twist your whole entire day. It will change everything.
Turn you to the right?
Yeah.
And I really want to add to that, because this is something that I learned in my SLS class. There's 3 things. You got to have your inner critics, your inner God, and your inner defender. Whenever that comes, remember, you have your inner God that you're always going to follow.
Anyone else? Oh, we have another question.
Good morning, everyone.
Good morning.
My question is, heroes have at least one weakness typically. Does Marcotte have any weaknesses throughout his journey?
Does he have kryptonite, basically?
Yeah.
Yeah, he had a few, which all of us have also. If something like with the I-95 cutting off, he has that problem also. And he had hatred for something because he was in war. And he wanted to get back for someone killing his friend and some bad things happening. He wanted to get back, but he used this inner guy, he thought about it, and he was like, no, I shouldn't do that because they're human too, and they need to live too, and I need to stay on a good path. So yeah, you could have bad things going on for you too.
Good morning. My question to you is this. After reading the book, has it given you a different outlook on things? And have you guys made any difference in the way you live or things that you do after reading?
Any impact? Mrs. Lopez.
For me, it has. After all of us reading the book, it kind of shows that our life is short. Just because we're living in America, just because we're living in Florida, doesn't mean someone's not going to go into a school, not going to go into a supermarket, any place, and start a war. You can have a war absolutely anywhere, and you never know when it's going to happen, where it's going to happen, and who's going to be involved with it.
Okay, I've read chapter 3 of the book on the way to war. Pretty much it did inspire me a lot because I read it over and over again. Because he actually, when he was in the slum, he pretty much slept on places that he never slept before. He went through so many stuff. And then when he looked and he see the youth in the slum, like they struggle so much, he moved out on a journey and he decided that, okay, I have to find out why. There is not an organization in this slum to help the youth. So pretty much that's something that we all consider, like if you want to get something, it doesn't matter what it is, how tough is it, how tough the journey is, we will go towards what we want. So it's inspired me.
Good morning, everyone. This is for everyone on the panel. I think I want everyone to answer the question, just as it being said. Does anyone decide that after graduating from college, get your degree and stuff, you want to go out into different countries and assist just as Mr. Barker has done?
For me, no, because I feel like I can do work where I am. We have a lot of people I've noticed in Florida. I'm not from Florida. I grew up on an island. I noticed moving to Florida that there is a lot of homeless people, a lot of people that need more help. We have a lot of kids in foster care. I think that I can do more work here than anywhere else.
For me, I'll stay here due to my journey I have with Alonzo. I was born with planning for houses, so I wanted to give back to the community, and I also wanted to open up a organization for like less fortunate kids, so I like to help more here instead of going to other countries, but if I need to, I'll go to other countries to give more to other people.
Okay, yes, there would be, after I graduate from college, definitely thinking about something in specific to my district. I'm from a poor district. My real passion is with kids. I love kids. So in my district, there isn't a basic school. Kids have to struggle to get to and from. Go to school sometimes, they do not. So my thing is, if I can get back to my district, that would be pretty great to do something heroic. So yes, I would.
I would go around the world just to see what it's like, and if I stopped in an area for long enough to see what was going on, I would stay there and help out as much as I could, and to do whatever I could to help out that specific area, and then go on to another and just keep helping around the world.
After college, I would certainly like to go to Haiti and help out the problems there. Try to make Haiti more part of the United States if possible. I know it's a long journey, but I'll take that journey.
I actually would other places I'm from is a lot. I would like to give back to my community, of course, but it's like I like helping people. I would help anybody. Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter anything. I will actually.
Oh yeah, call him out. Very handy. Joe, would you go out now? How about you? Get the mic there. No pressure.
I said, in my opinion, I would take my area first, then take others.
Thank you for the answer.
Dion, I'd like to address that if you would. May I? In 2011, my husband and I had the opportunity to go to Kenya, which makes me love his book so much more. And I will tell you, it started out to be a journey of a vacation. We were really looking forward to this vacation, if you will, in Kenya and Tanzania. And it turned out that we were so overwhelmed with the children who have nothing. I brought pencils and paper and pens, compliments of college, but it was nothing. They need so much, and his book is so telling of what it really is. If you ever have an opportunity to go there and help. We ended up spending the month there helping instead of vacationing, but it was well worth it, and a trip we will never ever forget. I just wanted to share that with you.
Thank you.
If you could be a hero, who would you be?
I would be Spider-Man. I don't like to fly on planes, but I love being like up in the air. I think that's like the coolest thing. And if I could fly like from building to building, that would just be awesome.
Big Spider-Man fan. Okay. Anyone else? Everyone can answer this one, including you.
If I could be a superhero, I would like to be Batman, because I would like to use the skills I have and my human nature to stop fight crime.
If I'd be a hero, I'd be Flash.
If I could be a superhero, I would be Goku because he keeps winning.
If I could be a superhero, I would be Spider-Man because I like to help others and I like to fly and stuff. Yes.
With his web.
Yes, with his webs.
I too. I would like to be Spider-Man too.
Spider-Man.
If I could be any superhero, I think I would be Iron Man because I could create things and I would always have the public to back me up with that.
If I had a chance to be a superhero or anything, I think I'd be Incredible Hulk.
Okay, any other questions? Oh, we have 2 minutes. It's a race to the microphone.
Yeah, I could get these Spider-Man masks up here too if you want to.
What would you consider would be too much of a sacrifice if you see a need that you are wanting to do, that you're inspired by? There are some things that I don't believe that. What would you consider as that would be too much of a sacrifice in becoming a hero? Or is there such thing as too much to sacrifice?
I don't think there's too much of something in life, you would do anything it takes to accomplish what you want to. I don't think there's too much sacrifice.
I don't think it's too much sacrifices because in high school you have to sacrifice a lot of things by doing community service, joining a club, different things just to become what you want to be. That's how I feel.
I sort of have a little question. Can anybody be a hero in any sort of way, whether it's helping out overseas or probably volunteering your time at an animal shelter or getting involved in like an environmental group like Greenpeace?
You just explained all of that video. Doesn't do anything uncommon in America, right? Such as helping others. That's the thing.
Oh, okay.
Since everyone has a different perspective of what a superhero is, then what is the true definition of a superhero?
I don't think there is. I think that it's just like from all the movies that we've seen from when we were kids. I think it's just like how we see the movies and what we find in the movies to put our own definition together of what a hero is.
To me, it really isn't an meaning of a superhero because you can say a superhero is someone who helps others. You can say a superhero is a volunteer, a police officer. It's what you make it as, it's what you see it as, what you observe it as.
Thank you. We have our next question.
This question for all y'all. Has there ever been a time, ever been a time you guys on your way, instead of dropping a view, going to school, but you look on the side of the road, see somebody in help, but next thing you know, you could have did something, but you decided not to do it. But what I'm trying to say is making a sacrifice. Because every hero has to make a sacrifice, but then again, you have your own choice in life to make. Say, just like you, just say you had to be here this morning, you had an important meeting, but next door, you see a man, I guess, getting robbed or whatever, but he didn't help, but you go to that important meeting, and basically, that was one of your relatives getting robbed or shot. Has that ever been like, as a sacrifice, as a superhero, whatever? Is it? Well, getting mixed up on the question, kind of nervous up here.
It's okay. So you want to know if there's ever been a time where they've had to, they've not made that sacrifice? Is that what you want to know?
Exactly.
Okay.
Well, for me, I always make sacrifices, so that's how.
But there's a consequence out of the sacrifice.
Well, for mine, I make sure before I make the decision, I analyze it. I use them 3 inner guides, endocrinic, I use those before I can just automatically do it. I think before I do it. Even though it's going to be a sacrifice, even though it's going to be a consequence to it, I think before I do it.
I see myself and I have to make sacrifices to be a hero. One time I made a sacrifice, I had to test Friday, and instead of studying, I did that. I took the test, and I got 43.
Out of 50? Yeah.
I make a sacrifice every other Saturday. right now we're trying to get my nephew, and every other Saturday we can have visitation with him. I make a sacrifice from not seeing my friends, you're gonna kill me, not doing my lovely teacher's homework. I make a sacrifice to just devote 9 to 12 hours for just my nephew and not worry about any of my friends. I don't even pick up my phone. I even sacrifice my family. I don't spend time with my family. It's all just my nephew.
I don't consider myself a hero, but every time I have been faced with that, what you was talking about, to help or not to help, I tried to help. And sometimes they didn't need my help or whatever, but I always try. I always do it. I always ask, do you need help or whatever. Sometimes I get a no, sometimes I get a yes, so sometimes I do help. But I have never passed up the chance to help someone. But I don't consider myself a hero. That's just me. I always been like that.
One last question. This is an everyday thing. I just want to know if you guys have ever stopped. You guys see a car accident, a major car accident. Do you guys stop and see if they need help, or do you guys keep going?
I work on Hillsborough Power Line at Publix, and that is probably one of the worst intersections ever. I've been for Publix for 6 years. I've seen probably an accident once a year at that major intersection. And every single time I run into my boss and say, I tell him to call 911. I don't care if I'm gonna get written up. I don't care if I'm gonna get in trouble for it. How do they know to call if no one tells them? We're not allowed to use cell phones even if there's an accident in our parking lot. We have to go to a manager. So every time I have seen one at that major intersection, I have gone in and said, hey, call. So yeah.
I mean, every time I see a major accident, I say, I couldn't help, but I mean, if I see an accident happen, I would actually stop and help. Because most of the time I see people with the car broken down, I would actually park my car, get out, and help them push it off the street. But I would never.
Yeah, and I have stopped when I actually seen like, I was like right there and I seen like 3 accidents and I stopped at all 3 and you know, I was checking on everyone. And I have one of my cousins is a fireman and that's what he does, you know, especially been doing it for a long time. And I asked, are they okay? And I called 911 for them. So I have stopped at a major accident. One of them was actually, my cousin was in an accident. And I didn't know it was her until I stopped. And I was like, oh my goodness, you all right? So, yeah.
Since there's no true definition of a hero, can we all just agree that it comes from within the heart?
Yes.
Yes. And we'll applaud that.
Going back to what you were saying about your nephew and you sacrificing every Saturday, do you think you would do it for someone that you didn't know? Like, do you think you'd sacrifice something, excuse me, for someone that you completely didn't know?
Good question.
I think I would because when I first started going to Calvary, Fort Lauderdale, I did everything I could to get into the children's ministry. I went to church 3 times a week just so I could volunteer on Saturday. I think I would be willing to do it for a baby you find on the street.
All of you guys would do that? Sacrifice yourself? Like if you had to go somewhere really important and you see something happening and you had like a chance to win something really big, you would stop? Honestly?
I would stop. I would stop just to that person I am. I like to help others. So no matter what the sacrifice is, I will still do it. Even though I don't know them, I will still do it.
I would stop, but not give you all the time because I don't know you. Like, are you alright? You good? Where are you going? 12 hours.
I actually had the opportunity to go to a baseball game with my adopted brother and his mom and dad. And it was either go to the baseball game with him or spend time with my sister that I got to see maybe 2-3 times a month. I sacrificed my baseball game with my brother that I get to see probably twice a year to spend time with my sister.
Thank you.
For everyone at the panel again. Every 3 months, I consider myself a hero. Every 3 months, I wrote a check to feed the children. I have so much things that they said to me. Would anyone else in the panel, as of now, would sit down, go to communities like on a Saturday when you're not too busy doing schoolwork and help out other people, or would you just go on the computer, look and see which organization is there and assist in sending some kind of closing our monetary fund to those people, because we're all ears as what we said, and for me to be doing that every 3 months, send a check between $25 to $150, I think that's a good deal, and I'm really appreciating what I'm doing. My son is 8 and he said, Mommy, why is it that every day you have to send a check to those people? I said, because you have everything and he doesn't. So would you guys get up and get your checkbook out sometimes, go on the computer, look which organization is there, and send some money or something to those people?
I don't, but I do it through my job. Every week they take out $1 from my pay, and I'm paying for college out of pocket, off of a public salary. Every paycheck I get, which is once a week, they take out $1 to $2 to different charities, mostly for March of Dimes.
I'm broke, so I volunteer my time helping organizations in the community.
If I have a constant way of money coming in, I would actually do that, because I see it on TV all the time and I'm like, I wish I could. I can't, but. And back to what you're saying, actually like sitting in the house, going on a computer. I actually like not being in the house. I don't want to see people, but if I actually find an organization I can volunteer and help out others, I would actually.
I'm also broke, but I sacrifice not going to the movie or to a restaurant just to send that money to the kids.
Yes, I volunteer. I do volunteer, and if I could, yeah, I do send money somewhere. But
If you guys had a chance to do this presentation again, would you do it again?
Yes.
Yeah. I would love to do this again if I ever got the opportunity.
Okay. Has your prior knowledge of who a hero was or who a hero is changed after you came across this class?
No.
Yes, because a hero is not just someone in the cave, not someone who just sacrificed their life, but someone who volunteers their time and do something for someone else instead of themselves.
Have any of you ever committed a bill in this act to achieve a certain goal?
They're willing to admit it. Okay. Next question.
Who do you work for, CIA?
My question is there a hero in your life that inspired you? And if so, how and who inspired you?
My hero is my nana and my mama, because my nana has a million and one degrees in different things, and she inspired me to go after my dream of becoming a neonatal nurse to help others, and my mom because she's always there when I need her, no matter what it is. Like last night, I needed her so much that we ended up doing a collage of my different pictures when I was a baby and try to help out other people by sending them, like the March of Dimes. We decided to do that as a foundation to help others who are premature, who babies are died, who passed away, or anything.
Anyone else want to mention one of their personal heroes or inspirations?
My mom is, because when I was born, I was very, very sick. They told my mom that I wasn't even going to walk out of the hospital, not walk out, but leave, yeah, not even crawl, leave the hospital. And my mom is a hero because she had me when she was 19 years old. And she didn't go on WIC, she didn't have food stamps, she had nothing. She never graduated college because of me. She instead decided to go into banking, and ever since then I don't know my mom to have done anything else other than banking. And she still made enough money to feed me, clothe me, put diapers on me, do everything possible, put me in good schools up until I'm here. She even put me through culinary school, so my mom is my hero.
My personal hero is my grandpa, because if anybody's ever lived on their own with no one there to help you, did not even speak word of English, he had to learn Latin, he barely could communicate with anybody, and just hearing those stories back when he got off the boat and had to find a job, learn English, and just live on his own till, I don't even know when. I would consider that to be my personal hero, and he always has good stories, and it's always a life lesson whenever I talk to him.
Well, that's all the time we have for questions. I want to thank the audience for posing some great questions to our panel. Did you all enjoy the video? I thought that video was spectacular. She did a good job. Also, Travis is in the back right there. If you all want to give a round of applause, Travis, and help us. They're heroes every day, and I learn from them every day in class as well. And for them being brave and sacrificing personal comfort, right, to be up here. So thank you to our panel.
And let's thank Professor Lopez. Okay, you all mentioned Rye Barcott. He's going to be here this afternoon at 12:30. He'll be doing an entire presentation, and after the presentation, right behind the curtains here, there'll be a meet and greet where you can meet him in a personal setting, talk to him, get him to sign your book, that kind of thing. So please be here for those events today. Again, thank you for showing up, and we have an event coming up right now at 9:30 a.m. I love how the students connected their personal experiences to the text. We have another one, Voices of Action, Voices of Compassion, that's following this at 9:30. We have coffee and bagels and all kinds of pastries back there. That's for you guys.